Hey gang, Anthony RedHatAugust here. I just wanted to do a tutorial on an RPG Maker MV plugin that I had created. I had a problem where I wanted to ask a question of the player, have the player type in a response as opposed to giving a number, and then verify whether that was or was not correct. And then to go even further than that, I programmed some controlled switches in there so you can control your events and your game progression through that. I have a new project here, so we're going to be building all of this from scratch, and the first thing to do is to get that plugin downloaded and put into your game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on game, and then you can't see it because it's off the screen here. But oh, there it is. There we go. Click on game and then click open folder. So this is the game folder that you are currently working with. Now I just, for my ease, I put the script that I have, the plugin that I have, in RMMV games, which is just one down. So I'm going to right click, copy this, and then we're going to go back to the game that we're working with. And this one's RedHatAugust QA, so I'm showing you that. Go into JS, and then go into plugins here. Then if you right click and paste, then that's how you add plugins into RPG Maker MV. We can go ahead and close this window, and then we're going to go into the plugin manager here. So this is a plugin manager. You just double click on the empty spaces and look at the general settings here. The name, you just click the down arrow. Again, there we go. And you want to choose RedHatAugust QA. Now, if you want some help, I did create a help portion, although it's very, in my opinion, and I'm the one who wrote the code here, it's pretty confusing. So this is the help file, and just to give some kind of background, here's a math question. The question is, multiply these binomials using the FOIL method, x plus 1 multiplied by x plus 2, and then do not type any spaces in your response. The answer should be taken as, in parentheses, x to the power of 2 plus 3x plus 2, and if correct, then give an output of great job. An event also may be triggered here, and if incorrect, put out not quite it, and also an event may be triggered there as well. So this is a command plugin command under tab 3. I'm going to show you how to do that. And this is the syntax of what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use a literal word question, the word count of the question, then the question itself, typed without quotes. You know, you don't need those unless you want to include quotes. Then the word count of your answer, then you type out your answer. Again, you just put in spaces. The word count of the correct response. So in this case, it's great job, and then the exclamation points are considered part of that word. So that would be 2. Then the switch ID, if the correct switch ID, number, and then what state do you want it to be? Do you want it to be on or off, true or false? So just, you can read this if you want. The video is here for some edification and explanation as to how in the world this thing works. So we just loaded up the plugin, but we can't do anything quite yet. What we're going to do is we're actually going to create an event, and I'm just going to put, oh, I don't know, here. I'll put him there, and then I'm going to show some text, put his picture here. There we go. And then it says, hello, I have a question for you. And then dim bottom done. Okay, this is where we're going to put in the plugin command, but I don't want to do that quite yet because I do want to show you what happens with the event switching as well. So I'm going to go ahead and apply. You notice that event is here. I'm going to create another event right here. Let me go ahead and drag that back over. And this is going to be event 2. Okay, so this is switch, or the event number 2. So let's go ahead and put, let's put an evil character. We're going to put him there. And he's just going to show up if the switch right here, so this is event 2, but the first switch ID is going to be 1, and this is going to be evil character. This is going to be, actually, you know what? Let's make it 2. and then call that evil character. And then we'll call this switch. You'll see what I'm doing here in just a second. So I'm going to activate the switch of 2. So when switch 2 becomes true, then he's going to show up. So that's all I want. I just want his picture to show up just to show you this. Then I'm going to create another switch right here, or excuse me, another event right here. So this is event 3, but I'm going to flip on switch 1, and then I'm going to put in I gotta find it, a switch. Here we go. No, let's do this one. Okay, cool. So I'm going to apply OK. So you'll see these things here. Now, if I save the game and then I run the game, you will notice, let me drag it back over, that I have RedHatAugust QA. The evil guy is not here, and the switch is not here, and I can talk to this person, but that's all that happens. So let's move on from here. We're going to edit this event again, and this is where our plugin command comes into play. We're going to double click on this empty space, or you could push enter, and then on tab 3, we're going to go to plugin command, and then again, you type in the literal word question. This literal word question is what activates this portion of that plugin. This is the only portion of the plugin, as this was the only thing that I wanted to do, but of course you could do some programming if you wanted to change this command. But yes, this is the command. I'm going to put 1 hello, 1 hi, and what this is 1 is how many words are in my question, and this isn't a question. So this is just a statement. Again, this is just an example, and the question is hello. Then what is the correct response, and how many words are in this correct response? I put 1 because I want the response to be hi. Then the question is, if you get this correct, what's going to come up? I'm going to put 2 and great job. Whoops. Whoa, there we go. And then if you get it correct, are you going to switch? You're going to turn on or turn off any of your switches, and that is yes. Switch 1, the switch ID 1, I am going to make true if I get it correct. Then how many words are in your incorrect response would be 2, and then I'm going to put not quite. And again, if there are no spaces from any of the characters that you type, it is considered a single word. So the quite ... that is still one word as far as how I program this. Then if you get it incorrect, what switch ID are you going to affect? And that's going to be 2. Remember, I have my evil character over here, the switch 2, and I want that to be true as well, because both of these are off in the very beginning, and then I'm going to turn them on so that I can create some game progression. If they get it wrong, maybe I'll have some type of battle that affects them, or you could create switched events where maybe some incident hurts the player character, so on and so forth. So that's why I wanted to create both. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that, and let's take a look at what that looks like. Save the game, run the game. Here it is, new game. So again, these events are not active because those switches aren't there. So he says, hello, I have a question for you. And notice the JavaScript prompt opens up. I cannot manipulate the game. So if you've ever made a video and you put a video in RPG Maker MV, you notice you can do some stuff in the background like getting the menu and whatnot, but you can't do that here. So in the prompt, you have hello. I'm going to just type in some gibberish here and then click OK. And then the other alert comes up, not quite. You say OK, and then it switches on the incorrect response event, which is 2. Again, I didn't do anything with this as far as giving any text or anything, so I'm just going to do it again. And then I'm going to type in hi and click OK. And then it says, hey, you got the response correct. And then you click OK, and then you notice that the switch appears. So you can have wrong answers, right answers, and you can manipulate the game with the plugin accordingly. Again, it has the limitations. So here's something. Hi. In lowercase h, is not quite. So if case sensitivity is an issue, then of course just shoot me a comment and maybe I can program that, just throw that into the script that case should not be an issue. For me, it is an issue for what I really want, because if you're on my channel, if you've seen some of the stuff that I've done, I like doing Linux videos. Linux is case sensitive, so I need that to be case sensitive for myself. So my audio cut out here. So I'm just going to do a voiceover of what I was explaining before. So if you see my mouth moving around and it's not matching up, that's the reason why. Either way, this command plugin can be kind of confusing. So I'm going to go over this again, but a little bit different. I'm going to edit this line right here. And instead of saying one hello, I'm going to actually ask a question of how are you? And notice that how are you is 3 words. Again, the question mark is considered part of the word of you. So I changed the word count to 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the correct answer to good. So 1 good. And instead of great job, I'm going to just put great. So that's why I changed the correct answer response to 1. So if I play this again, you'll notice that, let's go ahead and just do this, new game. When I speak with a person, I am going to type in some gibberish. Again, it says not quite. Okay, so the evil character shows up. I'm going to go back to him and then type in good. Notice the lowercase, I click OK. Again, not quite, because remember, this is case sensitive. Hello, I have a question. How are you? And then I do capital G for good, and then I click OK. And it says, here we go, great. Click OK, and then boom, the switch goes. So remember, it's based on the word counts. There were 3 words in how are you, 1 word in good, which was the answer, 1 word in great, 2 words not quite, so on and so forth. Either way, this is how the plugin works that I wrote. I believe that creating kind of an extraneous, or if you don't want case sensitivity, is what I needed. It's I want to say that it should be rather straightforward to program that in. Just let me know if it's needed. Otherwise, I've satisfied my purposes. I don't know if other people have this need, but just let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you like what I do on my channel, if you like looking at the Linux stuff, and I hope to begin a security track soon, hopefully, then just leave a like, subscribe, share it, let me know. And if you're using Linux, remember, happy Linuxing.